presenting you Michael Challenger. Where do we go from here? We're so happy to have him here in Montreal to finally share your movie with us.
Yeah.
It's a beginning, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Michael Challenger.
So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming tonight. It really means a lot. My film is called Where Do We Go From Here? And I co-wrote the film in October of 2011, and now I shot the film April of 2012, and it's at this point. The duration of the film is 18 minutes long, and we're actually currently developing the feature as we speak. Leon's struggle is something that he's known in his whole entire life.
Okay.
And I think, it's, this particular character is affected by his environment. And so, a lot of the choices that he's made is based on, even though like Leon is the lead, he doesn't necessarily have a voice. His world is a bit gray. And so, he's always kind of like, I don't know. So we developed him in that way of, not necessarily having a strong voice within these people who are, who do have strong voices around him. And how does he, cope with it, and how does he deal with with the idea of even speaking to them about it? Are they going to understand me? Are they not? So those are a lot of questions that we and again, from interviewing various people, it's one of the things that I felt that actually came through is that, people don't feel understood. When they do speak, it's irrational. When the reaction is irrational, it's, pushing them away, not being accepted, either being violent with them or just, completely taking them out of their life. So I didn't want to scare anybody away with the actual topic, but I wanted people to just understand that it's not easy on either end. I had a world premiere in Miami a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And so it was amazing across the board. It's been, we want to see more. And that it's time to see stories like this, and seeing family of color, and there's all these different things that we don't see, that people are like, thank you for, shedding light on this particular subject matter. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter your choice, but whatever it is that, that you're facing within your family, it's like looking at yourself, really asking your question, what do I do? And it's a great way to start dialogue. I guess it was from a business perspective. I really wanted to, find out whether it was something that I should move forward with, and it's a risky topic.
Yeah.
And I, went back and forth. I don't know. Should I do this? I don't know. And then when I was like, okay, well, just go, do it.
I was totally floored by the intensity of the story itself. Even though it was only 18 minutes, I think that one can really come away with a feeling that, okay, this is real live stuff. This is actually a subject that is touching, people right now as we speak. This is a major subject in our culture today, and it's really important to talk about it. The more that we talk about it, the more we can have understanding. So it really opens up a wonderful door to actually allow that conversation to happen, and for people to not be afraid of it, to really just embrace it and accept that, okay, we are not all supposed to be the same.
Fighting for the right to get married. Problem is, that's not man's right to give, that's God's law.
Well, Mr. Ford, I'm gay. So are you telling me I don't have the right to marry who I want?
Adam, hold on.
For what? When are you gonna say I'm gay, Leon? When? Don't you think they already know?
Just keep your voice down.
People actually fought long and hard, and coming through slavery, and it just goes on and on. There's like years and years and years of you don't count. You do not get a vote. You do not get a say. You are just here to do whatever I tell you to do. It was the white man's world. So having so much history in that, it was hard for him to say, well, it's a simple thing, like you guys can't get married. No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. It's like all the gay people are saying is we want to be accepted. That's it. We want to be able to have our lives. We want to be able to marry who we want to marry. We want to be able to, have our kids, no matter what way we want to have them. We just want to live like everybody else. That's it. This is happening, and this is not a choice. That this is actually, this happens from birth. So this is why this film is going to make an impact, and I'm really, really proud to say I know Michael Challenger, and I'm really proud that he was able to create something with such an impact and do it so very well. I think it was like brilliantly done. And if he actually goes ahead and does the feature film, I will definitely go up and
be there. We'll be with you.
I will tell everybody, go and see that film. Get the conversation started. Let people know.
What are you doing for others? Do not say you will do it someday. Now is the time. Do not say someone will do it. You are the one.
Honey, is the paper out there?
Daddy, not yet.
This is a huge issue in the United States. And so dealing with it, we want to really talk about it and really uncover, how families deal with, with this coming out. And obviously we know right now there's a whole same-sex marriage issue that's been going on in the campaign. So there's been so many different things now that we're looking at, and we're connecting with different organizations, different schools to open up dialogue and to really talk about what it is. And if you have any loved ones that are suffering through this. So the message is really deep. And it's hopefully through the film, I help people to relieve from their sufferings. And that's the goal why I wanted to, to actually get this film going. So it's the beginning, and, there's more to come. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
I think there's a few themes here. Well, you have religious backgrounds.
Yes.
You have, an African American family. You have a Jewish family, and you have a religious family dealing with these young men coming to terms with their sexuality and wanting to come out. There's so many themes. There's a lot in there. That's why I don't feel it's done. It's not just a story about a couple coming out. There's religion, there's faith, there's heritage, there's traditions.
Maybe my background too was because my grandfather was Italian. When he knew that my mother was pregnant with a black man, oh my God.
Okay.
There you go.
Cultural religion.
Yeah, but me, it's not a. Why is it today an issue?
Yeah, like
2000,
really?
I mean, why is that?
Well,
yeah, no.
And this is what the movie shows, because the movie touches upon there's a fundamental religious figure here.
I think that's what it. Yeah.
Okay, this is what you're taking.
This is not just some father, which
no.
I think is really great of Michael to have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he even realizes it, but watching it, I was like, oh my goodness, he has touched upon some pretty big issues here.
Yeah.
You didn't just have a father, you had a preacher, and you just didn't have some boy, you had a boy whose faith was, he's Jewish.
Dad? What do you mean by different?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that, son.
Is being different bad?
No. Every person has a role that they play in this world. Being a pastor is mine.
Well, first of all, I have to say that I am so 100% thrilled for Michael. The project was more than I could ever imagine, and his sensitivity was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The thought process that went behind it, the meat of what is going on in our society today was just touched upon so beautifully. I really, truly enjoyed it. Marriage is two people who are, first of all, in love with each other, who have each other's back no matter what,
Okay.
who have similar ideals, who can contribute to one another's lives, and possibly bring in children into their union. So if you're committed to that other person, then why not? Well, first of all, I don't think you can really be truthful to yourself unless you're truthful with others.
Okay, yeah.
That's
fair enough.
That's my opinion. But that being said, it's every individual's choice.
I'm of Jamaican descent. Both my parents are from Jamaica. And I am straight.
Okay.
And I grew up, again, with this religious thing.
Very
about,
religious.
Yes,
Yeah.
with, being gay is wrong. And
wow.
Yeah, like it.
Well,
and,
fair
and,
enough, yeah.
and in my culture, it's really looked down upon.
He's someone who's fearless in his actions and how he lives his life and the way he does his art. He faces things head on. He allows us to come up with our own conclusions, but he doesn't hide things under the rug. And I really appreciate the way he does things. He's always been like that. Coming from the perspective as a gay man watching this movie, it was very, how do I say, I got very emotional watching it because I understand the struggles of it. And I came out to my Italian family about 15 years ago, and it's a struggle that's still very, very important in our movement and where we are. And I can't even imagine it within the Black culture. And the fact that Michael is putting his name forth on this cause that's very controversial gets me really emotional because it's going to get people talking. It's going to get people to argue. It's going to get people to see each other for who we are, and hopefully we start to realize that we all really want the same thing at the end of the day. Where we want to go is in the direction of love, and I think he's trying to bring that forth with the movie. The scene with the father got me really, I almost became like a 5-year-old kid, really frozen in my boots watching it, because I understood what it was to see this man who is your king, your leader, the fearless man, and facing him 21 years old and telling him who you are, and you're scared. Coming out of the closet is the most scariest thing that anybody can do in their life, in their journey.
Oh, he asked me out.
God, honey, that must have been awful for you.
We had a really nice time.
I'm sorry, what?
Because of the fear of judgment, fear of letting down people, fear of society not accepting you, fear of your father reacting in a physical manner, fear of your father abandoning you.
Son, you're not the first man to be tempted. Whatever you're feeling is not real.
Okay, Dad.
No, why don't you come home and help me out at the church?
You told me once that each person had their role to play in this world.
Well, this is not your role.
It's been a struggle, but I know who I am.
Don't say that. See, that boy's got you all confused.
This isn't about Adam, all right? This is about me.
He put these ideas into your head.
No, he loves me.
Don't talk to me about love, Leon. I've always loved you.
The Bible says that...
Don't you dare try to quote the Bible to me.
I'm trying to make you understand.
Boy, this is against nature and against God. And I raised you better than this, Leon. Our community...
You think you know it all.
You're trying to say you never had thoughts about being with another man?
I wanted to see more of an explosion. But one thing I learned, and this is something that Michael does too, is you can't just drop a bomb on someone. You got to meet people halfway. And there are people in this world that don't know what it is to be gay because they never had gay friends. There are people that grew up in a society where they don't talk about homosexuality. So I can't just drop a bomb on you and tell you that I'm gay and expect you to swallow it and understand it right away. I'm willing to meet you halfway. And if you don't understand it, and if you don't have friends who are gay, then come take a walk with me. He really develops the two characters in a very fair way, where there's the gay kid who's trying to come up and find his own voice. But at the same time, I love the way he depicts the father, where he comes from his standpoint, where he really believes in what he's saying, and for him it's the truth. And no one is saying what's right, what's wrong. And I love the fact that you see this duality. And that's what makes it really great. This film is in the forefront of the movement, specifically the homosexuality movement and the black community. I have a lot of black gay friends, and they had it a lot worse than I did coming out in their families. So this is needed. This is needed. This is needed for dialogue. This is needed for discussion, and it's really amazing. It's a great day. It's the beginning of the start of a new journey.